everyone, I'm Nathan D'Souza from class 5A. Here I am to tell you all a story. There lives a man named Ignatius who has an intellectual vision to find God in all things he sees. He looks for answers and his approach makes him realize that unless I see a cocoon in a caterpillar, a flower in a bud, I will not be able to see God. Now he goes beyond appearances and looks for reality from the eye of his faith. He feels that the modern society is clueless of what is happening around. There is too much pain and agony and no meaning to life. Life is just about making money and losing relationship with God, fellow humans and nature. Nature is being misused in the name of unsustainable development. He deeply reflects on his vision and feels that only when we begin to respect for life and nature, we will be able to see God in all things. And thus he puts eco-spirituality into practice. He follows and encourages everyone to have eyes of respect, to see every little thing with its value and purpose, to have hands of service towards nature and mankind. And by following all this, he shakes the false understanding of more is happy and makes a new normal. Less is enough and even more happier. Through his deeds, Ignatius now becomes a messenger of peace, a promoter of life, and a servant of Mother Earth in today's world.
Ignatius once said, "Act as if everything depended on you. Trust as if everything depended on God." Here's a short story which depicts how St. Ignatius is still relevant in modern times, especially during this pandemic. Young Dr. Jeevan left the COVID-19 hospital after his shift ended for the day. He was feeling very low and depressed. The face of 7-year-old Ujjwal, who was suffering from corona, kept flashing across his mind. Would he survive till the morning? Dr. Jeevan had done all he could to save him, but he knew that now only a miracle could save Ujjwal. He silently said a prayer to St. Ignatius and walked on. He was a great devotee of the saint. Suddenly, Dr. Jeevan felt a tap on his shoulder. Startled, he turned around. It was a priest in a brown cassock. The priest introduced himself as Father INIGO and asked Dr. Jeevan what the matter was and then comforted him and asked him to put his trust in Jesus. As they neared his house, Dr. Jeevan turned to thank the priest, but Father INIGO was nowhere to be found. The next morning at the hospital, Dr. Jeevan was surprised to find that Ujjwal's health had improved immensely. It was indeed a miracle. He was even more surprised when Ujjwal thanked him for sending Father INIGO to bless him last evening. In a flash it dawned on him that Father INIGO was none other than St. Ignatius himself. The loving saint had heard his prayer and worked a great miracle. All he could say was, "Thank you, dear St. Ignatius." Thank you.
Ignatius of Loyola was born in Spain in 1491. He was the youngest of 13 children. He lost his mother at a very young age. He became ambitious as he grew and wanted to be a great gentleman. By the time he was 18, he became a soldier. His skill and command gave him promotions. Soon he commanded his own troops. In 1521, Ignatius was hurt during war. Several surgeries were performed. He suffered for a month and his doctors told him to prepare for death. But instead of dying, Ignatius improved during this time. He read about saints and their lives. These stories had a strong impact on him, and Ignatius wanted to become the working servant of Christ. At the age of 44, earned a master's degree, people started following him and spiritual exercises. He became the leader of many groups today. His order is known as Society of Jesus Ignatius, passed away on July 31st, 1556 at the age of 64. If Saint Ignatius was present in modern times, the world would be completely different. His skill command gave him spiritual exercises, would make the earth a better place to live on.